Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight's festivities are just getting ready to get started. Woo-hoo!
Festivities.
I don't know. Hey, so tonight the plan is simple. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to talk about who got the top page on the 12-volt Clean Wire Club.
Right.
And we're also going to announce, because Fernando just played that intro for a reason, Master Tech Expo Clean Wire Challenge at Master Tech Expo. The 8 finalists have been chosen. They've been notified. And tonight we're going to find out who they are. It's funny how Angel's here. It's strange. Anyways, that is the plan for tonight. And as always, let's just get let's get the boring stuff out of the way.
The boring?
I'm joking.
Really?
No, let's get the cool stuff out of the way. And that is who made it to the top of the 12-volt Clean Wire Club.
That's right.
Let me figure out what button I need to push.
It's just yours,
It's 2. Here we go. I'm going to press that one. And here we go. Marty Adams check got the top spot. I know that because he sent me this picture, and of course he posted it all over the place. So way to go, Marty. Fernando picked it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
I like it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
12-volt Clean Wire Club pick of the week is brought to you by Wire Care. That's right. If you want shrink wrap, if you want tested tape, no, they don't do tested tape. If you want braided loom, some ferrules, anything like that, right now, if you go over to wirecare.com and you check out, what's the coupon code?
12-volt, 12V, CWC. So it's like 12-volt Clean Wire Club.
So 12-volt CWC?
Yep.
So is it just 12V?
12V. That's it.
See, that's why it's got to be on there.
Yeah.
But anyways, we also have plenty of pictures on the page. That's not going to help us. All right, so
of course it's
here. Hold on. There you go, right there. Promo code 12VCWC at checkout, and you will get free shipping in the continental United States.
That's right.
So thank you, Clean Wire Club, for existing, and thank you, Wire Care, for coming on board and sharing a discount with you.
Yes. There you go. See, Bobby Noss.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, the whole, there was some blowback when people were like, oh my God, why do you have a sponsor? Well, because they're giving you something.
Yeah.
And really that was the whole idea, is that they come on board, they give you guys something, a discount, free shipping, something to reward you for being a member of the 12-volt Clean Wire Club. And you too could become the top picture of the week. Just submit your awesome wiring, and if Fernando loves it, or whatever you said, it's good. It's okay. Then he will pick you. So thank you guys so much for playing along. Oh, there he is. There's our guy. There's Mr. Clint.
Mr. Clint.
Anything that bad happens, it's all his fault.
That's all his fault. Don't blame us. Just blame him.
I can tell you right now, guys, if you ever have anything, don't text me, because I have no idea. They just use my face.
Yeah.
Anyways, so congratulations. So Master Tech Expo, let's talk about it for a minute, because that is coming up. Do I don't have a drop down.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That is weird.
It is weird.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
You don't have it?
No, I know where it's at. Banners. No. Oh, it's over here.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Let me go back to comments. There we go. Anyways, Master Tech Expo is March 5th through the 8th. It's coming up fast. And we were asked to do the Clean Wire Challenge, or host the Clean Wire Challenge. That means we're going to be standing there. We'll have 2 turntables and a microphone, or 2 microphones and a turntable, or no turntable and 2 microphones. Either way, there'll be 8 competitors competing for the prestigious honor of being the first Clean Wire Challenge winner. Hopefully it's going to keep going, and we'll have more and more opportunities. There's 8 people that were picked in order to compete, and tonight we find out who they are so that they can finally come out of hiding and tell everyone, hey, guess what? I got picked to be one of the Clean Wire Challengers. Yay me.
Yes.
So, and of course they can show the album artwork. And if you'd like to come out, don't forget. So right now there's 4 challenges that are happening. It's funny because we've been talking a lot about the challenges, when the reality is it's an education expo, meaning you're going there to learn a whole bunch of stuff. The challenges happen in the breaks. So there's a couple hours breaks between, because obviously you can't sit there for 10 hours straight and just be like, oh, you'll explode. So between the breaks are when the challenges happen. You're going to have the build off and the Clean Wire Challenge, and then you're also going to have the alarm challenge. Then at nighttime, you'll have the the
Lighting.
light challenge. I'm most excited. I'm really excited about that one. Not gonna lie. I want to see what everyone does. And anyone can enter the lighting challenge, which is really cool. You just got to make some cool lighting, and you win.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's pretty awesome. What's up, Arturo?
Where's Arturo? What's up?
Yeah.
Cool shit. Thank you, man.
So today we find out who. Could you go on and shut that off on yours?
Of course.
Today we will find out who the winners are. I'm going to bring it up as soon as he shuts this off. So I'll do this. All right, you got it? All right, so here we go. We'll pull them up. Boom. All right, so Marty. Wow, what are the odds? From Andres Electronics. Angel from Lake Town Speed and Sound. Hey, it must be why Angel's here tonight. Danny from DTS Customs. All right, now that we've got those, I can pull my picture up here into the corner. We're having Pierce from Musicar Northwest. Phil Cantu. I just have to say his whole name.
Yeah, Phil.
I would just say Phil, but I don't know.
That's
Anyways,
Phil.
It's Phil. Phil from Mobile Toys Inc. Eduardo from Techno Express Services. Oh, I spelled services wrong. Sorry, yes. Eduardo. I'll fix that next time.
Techno Express. Yep.
Services, but it has 2 E's. It's services. Anyways, Jason from the studio. Okay. And Dan Wilson from Columbus Car Audio. So these are the 8 finalists, 8 competitors, 8 contestants. Call it what you will. These are the 8 gentlemen that are going to be competing head-to-head, 4 at a time, 2 days. 1 day, you only got to compete 1 day for the winner. Sponsors of this are Stinger Electronics, who's going to be providing the wire. Yep. And then HKI, which consists of Ground Zero and Sound Digital, along with Electromedia, which is going to be Otis and Hertz. And last but not least, Focal. I'm sorry, I should say Orca, which is going to be Focal, Moscone Gladen, are all sponsors of the competition, along with
First Tech.
Yep. And they're going to be providing, all of those manufacturers are going to be providing the equipment in order to do the installation. Stinger is going to be providing the wire. It's going to be pretty awesome. These are some of the heavy hitters, definitely. So we're excited to see how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope they're excited too. Anything else?
I mean, that's it, man.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
And welcome to the challenge, man.
The winner's gonna get flush cutters.
Okay. Well, there you go. My money is on Phil.
Oh, okay. All
Bets
right.
are being taken. Please reach out to WeberFan1234 and place your bets.
That's right.
Apparently, he's going to be the bookie. So we will, of course, while we're there, we'll be keeping you guys apprised of what's going on. We'll be showing them to you. The winner is voted on by the people at the Master Tech Expo. So it's not us. We're just the hosts. We just get to do all the talking and fun stuff like that. So pretty exciting stuff.
It is.
It is pretty exciting stuff.
I'm excited.
Angel, no, Nando. We're the hosts. We can't compete.
No, Angel. No, Angel, Nando. Yes.
I don't know. It's Monday, guys.
That's
Work with me,
what
Clint.
It is, please.
Adios. Oh, there we go. Art chiming in. I'm going to go with Angel. What do you want to bet? All right, so comments amongst yourselves privately.
Send me a DM, and then we're gonna figure it out there.
Yeah, just reach out to Weber.
No, don't do that, please.
And Weber fan, and you guys, place your bets. We'll know Wednesday who the winner is, so we'll be, of course. What we'll probably do is we'll probably get them on the show like Saturday when we get back. We'll have them on.
Of course, yeah, we have to just to see what kind of technique do you use. See that?
Yeah, so we'll have the winner on the show for sure.
Of course, you can tell us all about it. What was the experience, and
Yeah. You got questions queued up yet?
I got like 300.
All right, if you have questions, get them out there. Fernando's going to be queuing up in the background. Question: how do you decide how much wattage for your subs? Run RMS or double? Run what you can afford, assuming big 3 and alternator and battery upgrade already. Okay. I mean, regardless of what you have as far as big 3, alternator, battery, I guess we could kind of move things around as far as, obviously, I feel the most important one out of this is what can you afford? If you can afford the max, well, then you can afford big 3 alternator battery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It usually comes down to, like in our world, it usually comes down to talking with the customer, figuring out what's going to fit their lifestyle. For example, out of frame here is a Mercedes-Benz. Her son plays hockey. I don't know how many guys have ever seen hockey bags, but Jesus, man, those things are like, you could fit a body in these things. They're huge. So she wants a subwoofer. She doesn't have a lot of room in her trunk for a subwoofer. Like a conventional box just isn't going to happen taking Junior back and forth to hockey. So we ended up going with a kicker down firing enclosure. That way she can set the bag on top of it. It takes up minimal amount of room in her trunk. So that's kind of what that is. It has nothing to do with budget. It just has to do with constraints. So really, at the end of the day, I guess the answer to the question is it depends on your constraints is what is going to decide what subwoofer to put in. Now, when it comes to powering said subwoofer, so for example, if the subwoofer has like a 600 watt with a 1200 watt peak, I'm going to try to get somewhere close to that, like 600 watts. So maybe somewhere between 400 and 600 watts will be enough. And that'll do the job. You know, a lot of the times you'll see 500 watts with a 1000 watt max, and then someone will go buy a 1000 watt amp. So that woofer will go, and that's it, because really all they needed was a 400 to 500 watt amp.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, the other rainbow to all of this is if you buy a 2000 watt subwoofer and put a 500 watt amp on it, it is not going to blow it. It's just not going to be as loud as it could possibly be.
What?
I know, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Because, you know, if you build the world's loudest system with 615s and 2 million watts of power and you play it at 1 all day, guess what?
It's going to blow it.
It's not going to blow them.
All right.
Unless you have the gains turned all the way up with a line driver putting 10,000 volts into the input of those amplifiers.
I think so.
Okay, so hopefully that is.
Jason, thank you, man.
Except for the F1 status system.
Number one.
F1. What is the cleanest speaker? 6x9.2 loudest.
No, but hang on.
Okay, hold on.
All right, so except for the F1 status.
Oh, what is the cleanest?
Yes.
6x9. What is the loudest 6x9?
Yep.
Best balance between loudness and clarity you've ever heard. All 6x9. So F1 doesn't make a 6x9, so we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
So I guess he made this great question, but what he left out was component or coaxial. Okay, because there's a big difference between a component and a coaxial. I'm assuming you mean component, because coaxial, you just go buy a 5-way coaxial, put a bunch of power on it, and rock and roll, or you go buy like a Rockford Marine or Harley 6x9, and then it's like, holy crap, it's loud as shit because it's made to compete against a Rockford. I'm sorry, made to compete against the exhaust. So, you know, taking those out of the question, we're assuming you want something that sounds good because you said F1. So when it comes to 6x9 components, everybody makes at least one. Okay, not everybody. Most people make at least one. So one of the real popular ones that we do when we have the room is, of course, the Morel. Morel makes one 6x9 set of components. It'll fit in Toyotas, but it won't fit in Dodge. It typically will hit the window on a Dodge, so we can't do that. In Dodge, we're going to use either the Focal, which is awesome. And that brings us to actually the first sponsor of today. I'm just going to put this up here and turn this on. Okay, and pause the question for just 1 second and go over to this and go here. One of the things that is really cool now is that they make integration speakers. In this case, if you go to Focal Inside, which is right there, Focal Inside, you can click on, let's say, a tab like a Ford here. Oh, actually.
I mean, you're trying to do that?
I'm trying to do it with the wrong mouse.
Wow.
And so here, this takes us to the Ford. And what they make is a plug and play. So if you have like an F-150,
Mustang, Bronco. I mean, yes, of course. Expedition, Escape. I mean, you name it. Right there, it give you all the information of the car that they actually make the speaker for.
And so once this loads up, so we get this guy right here, and this once it comes,
it's just gonna take a little bit of time.
Taking its sweet time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's killing my demo here.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So let's just go back.
Let's just go back. If it pops up.
But yeah,
internet is slow. So anyways, now they make the plug-and plays, which the internet is killing my demo here, and they also make the integration. The integration is just a set of 6x9 components. Has a aluminum tweeter, has the access tweeter. I'm sorry, metal tweeter. Has the Bobby has the access tweeter that comes with it. So you get a really sharp tweeter. You get a nice full mid bass. It sounds really good. And those will fit into other vehicles that, let's say, the Morel won't. So there you go. Now, as far as like the loudest 6x9 non-component, Audison makes one in their SPL show line that's very loud, as well as Rockford has their T1 6x9 coaxials, which is really, both those are coaxials. So okay. Wow, that's still not loaded. That's so sad.
I know. Yeah. Hey, Scott. Thank you, man.
Thanks. Okay, so next question.
Next question. Actually, it's
there's a bunch of them. Just pick one. I got like 6 here, so just will there be a time when you guys will compete? No. I'm not that guy. I don't care what anyone thinks of my system. And I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not that guy. I never have been. You know, I kind of do my own thing, and if someone goes, no, I don't care. So I would be very bad at competing. I have a question. Now, don't get me wrong. I love going to competitions. I'll hang out all day long, and I'll listen to your stuff and be like, oh, that sounds awesome. I just don't want to do it. I have a question. How come my radio saying the front speaker is active on the back when I don't have a speaker in my rear door GMC Sierra 1500 2010? Radio saying the front speaker is active on the back. I don't know if I understand this question. When I don't have speakers in my rear door, I don't understand the question. I don't get it. I don't know what it means. If it has a Bose system and you're using an interface on that particular vehicle, there's only front speaker outputs goes into the smart harness. The smart harness powers the front and rear. If you don't have any speakers in the back doors, and I don't know. I try rewording it. I know it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make any sense to us. Hey guys, I have a 2017 Fusion with the Sony A to B system. Okay, it's not A to B in a 2017.
It's just Sony.
It's just Sony.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, will a key lock work for me? Want to add amps and subs to a factory head unit? No, you just use an Amp Pro. Just use the Sony Amp Pro. It's not what. No. I mean, will it work? Sure. How many of them are you going to need? 3, 4. You'll need 4 of them in order to do it. So at that point, just buy an Amp Pro. But because you'll need a key lock for the tweeter, a key lock for the mid-range out of the front. You need something for the rear if you plan on keeping it. It has a center channel. You're going to need to retain the center channel. So, and you got a subwoofer. There's a lot of key locks you're going to need in order to make this work. Amp Pro, on the other hand, will just plug in. You can also do the DSR1 through iData and get the T-harness, do an iData T-harness and do it with DSR1. So that would be how I would do that. Hi, guys. I'm running a Rockford Fosgate R750 x 5-channel amplifier paired with Morel Tempo 602 components and Alpine Type R coaxials in the back. 4 ohm. This amp delivers 50 watts RMS each. Is this underpowering them? No, it's not going to underpower them. Is it undervoluing them? That's not even a word. Is it giving you enough volume is the question that you should be asking, not if it's underpowering them. You have 50 watts. That's all you have. The speaker will play with 50 watts. But at 50 watts,
like 50 watts, it's
loud as shit.
It's loud.
But not for everybody. So Exactly. So is 50 watts giving you enough sound is really the question you'd be asking. So if you get in the car and you turn it on and the gains are set properly, gains are set properly, and you turn the volume up and you're like, nah, it's not loud enough. In that case, you need more than 50 watts. If you get in the car and you're like, damn, this thing is rocking it, well, then it's fine. Now, if you get in there and it's the first one where it's like, it's not loud enough, there's a simple enough solution for this. Take the 750.1 and bridge it to the front and get one of the 2 channels and put that on the rears. Or buy the R2 400 or 4.400, the 4 channel. Yeah. And then what you want to do is take the 750.1 and bridge it to the 6x9s. Ooh. Go with the 4 channel, put 1 and 2 to the tweeters, 3 and 4 to the mid and the rear speakers. And that would be like crazy power. Now keep in mind, if you do that, the tempos use the speakers aren't biampable. I'm sorry, the speakers, they're not biampable through the passive crossovers. That particular amplifier doesn't have a 10-time multiplier switch for the tweeters. So you're gonna want to look into like getting some form of a DSP at that point. Or some form of a electronic crossover, which DSP. So maybe if you're a Rockford fan, get the DSR1 would do the job. But that would be a way to make it louder. So 50 watts is plenty for those speakers, but if you want more, you need more power. So there you go. Go with God. 2020 GMC Sierra with Bose. Does this also take an Amp Pro like the previous model, or is there a different option? So the Amp Pro and the iData interface for that car are not out. That uses a technology called AVB. It is a pain in the ass.
2020?
2020 is AVB. Yes, because remember, it was like 2019 was the last. 2018 was the last year. The new body style is AVB. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. If it's a Sierra, it has 7 channels of active sound. We've already done these. You don't waste your time. We already know the answer to this question. Okay, as soon as I finish, you'll know why. Yeah. Okay, don't go. They don't, dude.
Just keep going.
It's not that. Metra just came out with the piece for it. So, we know that it's AVB. Did they make anything for AVB?
No.
Okay, so it's a GMC for one, not a Chevy.
Oh, my bad.
The G it's down. It's right there. Right there. Anyways, so you can go DSP or you can go active system where you put a multi-channel amplifier, channel on the middlers up in the dash, channel on the mid bass down on the bottom of the door, rear speakers and sub. Metra just came out with their AVB interface for this particular vehicle. It's on the Access page. I don't know if they've migrated over to metraonline.com, but they also have it on accessinterfacing.com, which will allow you, just like an Amp Pro, to plug in. It'll communicate over the ABB bus. It'll also give you their 10-band DSP if you want it. You can use that as an Amp Pro and just bypass it and go out to a different processor. But either one of those ways to do it would be great. Yeah? Mm-hmm. How we doing? Yeah, you got it right there. No, digital signal processor.
You see?
I mean, all those are digital since that one. Ethernet. Yeah, hold on. Let me show you Fernando's screen here. So this is the guy here. Yay. Fitch GM 2019. Hey, wow. Gosh, I hate being right. But that's the piece. So head over to metraonline.com. You can check it out. We always have fun, guys. Remember, we spend a lot of time together.
Oh, you kidding me?
Hey, guys.
So much time.
Rebuilding a system. Should I keep my DM608 and 2 amps or go the D4800 and the LC1500? I'm a big fan of less is more. You could easily do an LC4800 and LC1500, and I got to be honest, it'd be the same thing. So if you've already got a DM608, save the money. Just buy the LC4800. So you'll be fine. Are the grills that come with the Morel Hybrid tweeters removable? If so, how so? I can't afford to replace them, so no mistakes.
They are removable.
Yeah, it's just like magnet. It just pops right off.
Just grab a big tool.
I mean, you can just twist them with your hand.
But sometimes it's hard.
Okay.
Just big tool and just slowly. It take your time.
Yeah, all the Morel grills just pop off.
Mm-hmm.
The metal grills just pop off. If there's a plastic brace inside of it, I don't remember on that one. Those don't come off.
I have the hybrid, and we put it on the car.
Yeah, I know. We took them off. But yes, they're magnetic, so that's why it's like, oh, but they're not glued. Morel Hybrid 63 is running active. Is 75 watts per channel enough? That kind of goes back to the other question we just talked about. Depends on, is it enough power? Yes. Will it do the trick? Yes. Actually, we just did a system like this with the bigger version of those. We just did with the Elates with that same amount of power in a Porsche Macan Friday, I think, with the new Audison 8.1200. And yeah, dude, it was incredible. It was pretty awesome. The only thing is that for that mid bass, 120 would be better. So like I like to do a 8-channel amplifier on that and bridge, 4 of the channels to those 2 mid bass. Other than that, but yes, this will run them. What are the best Kenwood 6.5-inch coaxials? Would you recommend, or anything in that $300 to $500 range? Ooh, let's see. We have, obviously, there's a couple different focals available in that price range. You have Access that's available in that price range, which are pretty nice. You also have the Morel makes a component, probably one of the best deals in town. Morel has the, what are they?
The Maximal HE.
Yeah, thank you. That are right about that $400 price point. Mm-hmm. Those sound amazing. But if you're a Kenwood guy, Kenwood makes the 7-inch.
Yes.
Okay, now the 7-inch will fit in a 6.5 location. It does come with a bracket in order to down or upsize the 6.5 to a. It is a little deeper. The bracket is about 3/8 of an inch, maybe. Mm-hmm. So that would be the 6.5. I would sell you a 7-inch in the Kenwood line unless I just absolutely had no room. So those are really nice. They make 2 versions of those. They make the regular XLN and then make the XR. Dean. Big dyno, the JP 9500 got 816 watts at 2 ohms. Is that too much for 2 comp R10s? So keep in mind when you're dynoing something, you're really going for like the maximum amount of balls to the wall that you can get out of it. So you can go, look what it did. You don't have to turn the gain up to 10 times overlap. If, you can keep it down to a normal amount. It's not like you got 10 volts coming out of your radio, so you can actually use the gain control for what it is. But no, that's a good amount of power. That's 400 watts a piece. That's plenty. It'll do the job. I mean, we've put 750.1s, we put 800.1s on them. That's it's right there. So that's perfect. Oh, wait. Mitsubishi Outlander with factory Rockford Fosgate system. Planning to replace the whole system. Would I need to go with Rockford radio replacement specific hardware from Metra if I'm not using the Rockford amp? No. You wouldn't need the Rockford because that is made to keep the factory amplifier. Really all you need behind the radio, or the only thing that's going to be behind the radio, is power, accessory, and ground. That's it. And maybe if it's got a power antenna, so a standard harness is going to have that. All your wiring is going to be down at the amplifier if you're planning on, bypassing the factory amplifier, which it sounds like you are. So yeah, you don't need to do that.
All right.
Any infinite wisdom on Gladen amps, RC line, perhaps? I got to be honest with you. I don't know. I really don't have any infinite wisdom, as you say, but hang on.
We did one, right? In the Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold Hold on, let me pull
That was great.
Well, the thing is, I just don't know all the
model numbers?
Yes, because it just manufacturers need to slow it down.
Why?
Because there's too many. You got too many products. All right, hold on. Let's go to Glidden amplifiers. Oh, the RC line. Okay.
I think that's what we
put it is.
The Porsche.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, those are sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. It took me a minute. I had to do some research real quick. Yes. In fact, we have done these before. I don't pay attention to all the model numbers, man. It's way too hard. All right, let me pull this up here. So, for those of you guys wondering, this is the Glidden RC line. This is their straight amplifier line, meaning this is just straight power, no DSP. And they come in all different sizes, which is really cool. So you got this bad boy here, which is a 2150. We just got done putting in the, what was it? It had to be this one here. The
600?
No, the 1200.
Yes.
It was the 1200.1 we just put in the other day to power one K2 10-inch. And it's tiny. It's tiny. It was only about like this big. It's small, which is really cool. This isn't really giving the scale here, but if you look at the RCAs, they also have a 600x1 and then a 2x85, which is kind of nice. Okay, so here's something that is rare. Most manufacturers don't do 2-channel amplifiers anymore, which I don't know why. I understand why, but it's kind of a bummer. But they do an 85x2, 105x2, and a 68x2. And this kind of solves that problem where it's like, hey, I need more power for a mid bass, or I just need I'm going to bridge a 5-channel amp. I just need something to power my tweeters on. So this 2x68 watts or this 2x105 watts are really awesome little amplifiers to give you either a small amount of power for, let's say, a tweeter or a rear speaker, or a big amount of power for a mid bass. So that's pretty awesome. And then we have the 4-channel class AB, which, you know, we all know how you guys love AB. And if you look at it, all of their 2 channels are also AB. So this allows you to get into a amplifier line that is all AB class, small compact size, which usually doesn't go with AB class. So if you'd like to know more about Mosconi Glidden amplifiers, easy enough to find. Hold on. Go over here, and I'll drop this, and I'll go like that. And there you go. You can find them at Mosconi-America.com, and that is where you're going to find all the Glidden stuff, too. Mosconi has DSP and regular, and Glidden just straight power. What do you guys think of Ground Zero speakers? I want to upgrade my speakers in my 2015 Accord Coupe, and one of the local shop recommends them. They're great speakers to go with.
Great speakers.
Right now, Fernando's running a pair in his car, along with, no, we just took the amplifier out. Actually, this right here is the Ground Zero amplifier.
Uranium.
We took that out of his car.
Awesome speakers.
Giving away quite a few of the Ground Zero pieces of equipment. They're really nice. They have reasonable price points because they make
they have different ones,
different SKUs, so you can get but no, you'll enjoy them.
You'll enjoy them. All right, so hang on.
Halfway in, that's what she said. Hey guys, question: if you have to choose a material to sound treat the doors, will you spend all the money on dampening material, applying more layers, or will you also use a final layer of foam? Okay, I get, so spend all the money on dampening material. You know, it's funny. Andy loves this question. Andy Waymeyer loves this question because there's a point of diminishing returns, meaning where you put really a lot of effort into something that isn't needed. Sound treatment. Let's talk about sound treatment for a minute. When we do sound treatment, we have multiple levels of sound treatment that we do. On the far extreme, meaning what we like to call the full baked potato, we do the Ground Zero kit. Because Ground Zero, and this would be something you might want to look into, makes a 2-door kit that comes with everything. It comes with foam. It comes with sheets of aluminum. It comes with sound treatment. It comes with egg crate foam for the door panel. We did a video on it. It's to show you it comes with everything. And that is what we call the full baked potato, meaning everything is covered. And then we have the next step down, which is more geared towards rattles, okay? And for that, we usually take like either 1 or 2 sheets of 2 different types of product. We have a product that is just metal with the butyl on it, which typically would go inside of the door. And then we have another product that has butyl, metal, and foam. And that typically goes on the door card because it's a little thicker and adds weight. And the door cards are typically cheap and flimsy. So using that on the door card makes it way more, usually putting it over the plastic seams. The foam, when you put it back on, will push into the door panel or into the door itself. Yeah, the door. And if there's any rattling that's going to happen now, there's a foam barrier there. But people, you know, if you want to go crazy, go crazy. If you're trying to kill road noise, go crazy. If you're trying to kill rattles, then be smart about it and attack the rattles, okay? Because that's all you're trying to stop. You're just trying to stop the, you know. So buy enough sound treatment to where you can go in it and just kill the rattles. Back to that Porsche Macan. You know, Fernando put enough sound treatment on it to stop the rattles, to not go crazy. It's like, we need it here, we need it here, we need it here. And that was it. And then we actually had to go back in once we got it done because we noticed some buzzing on some stuff that we didn't address. So we went back in and added a few more pieces. But we didn't have to do the full baked potato. It's not what he wanted. He just wanted the rattling. The car is quiet enough. So there's a couple schools of thought on that. So
what are you trying to do?
Just apply that and buy what you need.
Yeah.
You can always buy more.
You can always buy more. Thank you, Jesus. How can I get an audio control D5 1300 to power my 6 speakers and a subwoofer on a Chrysler 300 2015? I'm only trying to have 1 amplifier power all.
Well, if you go with a set of components up front, the components are going to come with passive crossovers. That's how you power it. So the passive crossovers between the mid-bass and whatever you have in the dash, tweeter or mid-range, is going to be there.
So it's doable.
It's doable. The other option is to, depending on what your source unit is, use that to power the rear speaker. So if you're going with a new radio, then you could do a 5-channel and go active, mid-bass, tweeter, sub, and then use the aftermarket radio to do the crossover for the rear. And if it's a really nice radio, you could also add some time limit to the rear if you felt you needed it. But you can also use that to do volume control so that they all move up linear. So typically what you have to do is go into the aftermarket radio and turn the volume down, going to the rear speakers. On the better radios, they'll have level control for channel. Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want the rear speakers to ramp up too loud, too fast, because then they'll clip before the output of the aftermarket radio does. Now, if you're keeping the factory radio, if you're doing something like an Amp Pro allows you to keep the rear if it's the amplified system. But there again, there's a couple options to do there. Howdy.
Hey.
I will be installing an ILX 509 in my Suzuki. Can I run the backup camera off the accessory wire to have it accessible at all times? And would that draw too much current on the wire? Yes, you can do it. Actually, that's the only way we do it. And no, it will not draw too much current on the accessory wire. Cameras now, cameras, factory and aftermarket, draw between 3 and 6 volts. Most cameras have a step-down transformer built into them. They're not operating at 12 volts anymore. You will feed them 12 volts, but usually, you know, like an aftermarket radio or a factory radio puts out 6 volts to the camera. An aftermarket radio doesn't have any output for a camera. So if you're buying an interface that retains the backup camera, then usually they'll put a step-down transformer into it, depending on what it requires for that factory. And if you buy a Metro piece, Metro will give you a step-down transformer in their box, a little bag. They tell you to put it in, and you need to. And then when we're retaining a aftermarket one that there is no interface for, we use the PAC Volt 39 to do our step-down to the factory camera wires. But no, we hook them up to accessory exclusively because there's a button on the camera that says backup camera, and we want you to be able to turn it on. So what was Columbus?
Oh, you say
super pumped.
Yeah, super pumped.
Yeah, super pumped.
Super pumped.
Super pumped.
Awesome, man. Can't wait
go
to
Dan,
see.
Go.
That's right.
I have
and
no
that was Ada.
Hey, dudes.
Do you remember Ada?
Vaguely.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Fernando.
Yes.
Would you use marine towers for a tailgate system in the back of a truck?
Yes. You know what? The other thing that's really great, the bar.
Yeah.
The sound bar.
Thank you.
Because those come with like
amplifiers.
Yes.
It's all in one.
Yeah, and it sounds
you can
great,
pair multiples together.
You can pair both.
So back
you can remove them.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. So
well, they're all weather too, so you can just leave them on if you wanted to. So back when Kicker was coming out with their sound bars, we were trying to get them to send us some because what we wanted to do is build a tailgater in one of the SUVs that we have, so that we were just going to put the sound bar up on top of there because at that point it's just power and ground. It just needs a battery. Bluetooth is built into it. You can pair up to 3 or 4 of those things in one thing. So we're like, hell yeah, man, let's get these and go. Never happened, of course. But yeah, I think that's a better option because you don't have to have the car on for it.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank you. From 3 years ago. Well, take your time.
There you go. Hey, it's plenty of videos, buddy.
Yeah, take your time. If you use the Kicker key 200.4 for front stage and power rears off factory radio, does it completely screw up your time alignment? If so, what is the solution? Thanks. No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. When setting the system up, like I said in the previous one, the fader control, that's where the fader control is going to come in very handy. When you're setting it up for front stage only, first thing you have to do before you set it up is fade it all the way to the front. So the rears have to be deactivated before you can run the key software because it's only going to listen to these. If you have that on, it's going to give you the sad sound. So now what you do is once it's all set up and you have the front perfect, then what you're going to do is slowly fade it to the rear until the rears are just like, if you do this, oh yeah, there's rears. But they're not overwhelming. Like it's not like you don't fade it all the way to the rear. Go, oh, I got front rear. No, you're building a front stage. So the rears just need to complement the front. So you're going to do that balance through the fader until you find it to where it's just enough and it's not distracting, and you're done. That's it. We didn't Haley. We started doing that in the Haley system when we put the Kicker key just on the front, and honestly, that's how we do all the Kicker keys now. If we can run it as a front stage upgrade, that's what we do. We just leave it like that.
All right, so hang on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Right here. That was easy for me.
This was easy for you?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, do you recommend any good tuner near New Jersey? If it is on a near state, I don't mind to travel. Check out Nick Apicilla.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick Apicilla is up in that area.
He will help you with that.
Yeah, he actually will do it remotely if you can believe that.
But go to the website first and read the instructions.
Just go to Facebook and look for Nick Apicilla. What's the name of his place?
I have
Vanguard Automotive. Vanguard.
You probably gonna say
Vanguard, but yeah, he's up there. Another. If you're in that area too, do you remember what Frankie's 12 volt
marketing group?
If you go to Instagram, look up 12 volt marketing group. That's going to take you to a guy named Frankie. Frankie is a rep up in that area, and if anybody knows the tuning guys, you could reach out to him and ask him if he knows.
He can suggest a few people
area also.
All right.
So there's two options.
This is 3-part question.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. 2008 Lexus ISF with Nav and Mark Levinson using a Grom V-Line 2 OEM amp out to a Zabco DSP. Oh, I didn't know Grom made that. Z8 4 Mark II, then out to 2 ARC X2 amps. Okay. What's the question? Is there more to the question?
Yes, of course. It's 3.
All right, we'll get to the next part.
The next one is?
I am getting alternator whine when high-level input on DSP is selected. I do not get the whine when using any other DSP inputs. Taking ground loop between OEM and aftermarket equipment, I moved OEM amp ground to same spot as aftermarket. No change. Any thoughts? That means it's not coming from the power. That's really all you have there is it's not coming from the power. That's weird. Because you're coming out of the... Yeah, that's strange.
Alternator one, huh?
So I guess my question would be the Grom piece. So there's no... Okay, so definitely it's coming from the factory side because he's tested it and switched it to another input and it's not there. So we know it's not the DSP and we know it's not the amplifiers. So that means it's got to be the Grom interface that is causing the problem. Because that would be the only thing that makes sense. Because if nothing... Okay, so you got to isolate, right? Isolate and move on. So you've isolated. You said if I go from this input to this input, I don't have any sound. So I'm guessing you have some kind of a streaming into the DSP, and you have no noise whatsoever. And then yeah. So the V line 2 has to be where we're getting the noise if we're not getting it anywhere else. So that sucks. Is the V... Okay, so I guess the question would be is what is the V line 2's output? Hold on, let me see what this is because I've never seen that. All right, hold on. Let me just check here.
V line 2.
Yeah, I got it. Didn't even know they made these things. Oh, look at that. What is it? I mean, it just looks like a streaming device.
Yeah.
But are we getting preamp out of this? Like, it doesn't look like we're getting any preamp. Is it a fiber output or anything?
Frequency. No, you went too far. Right there.
No, this is just CarPlay voice.
No, but in the bottom.
Yeah, but it doesn't. What I'm saying is, it doesn't say anything about. No, these are just silly questions.
I mean, we never work in this.
Well, what I'm saying is, this doesn't give you.
What is the piece? Integrates into the OEM system. Okay.
Yeah, I got that.
So,
I mean, are we getting?
But so that give you.
Man,
it's an auxiliary and.
Oh, it's an aux in. Oh, so we're just going.
Play aux.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at that, but I mean, if we're just going through the aux in and we don't get any noise, and we get noise, well, we'd have to. Oh no, you're getting aux directly into that, which is going through the amplifier. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm looking at the piece here, but. Yeah, it turns it in. No, I get what it does. I mean, I figured that's what it does, but it's not like it. I get it turns it into an Android tablet and fun stuff like that. But
see, that's one of those things, man.
Okay, so if like Addis says, the ground needs to find the aux needs to find a ground. Pack makes a auxiliary noise filter that will allow you to do ground. So Pack makes a noise filter for aux cables that you might want to try if that's what we're talking about. You could also try finding the shield for the is a V-line to ground to the same spot.
Try different ground?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
That's what Chris is thinking that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, at this point, you gotta try different things.
What's up, Chris? By the way, how's Best Buy going? How's the day? So, but yeah, so a couple things. V-line ground to the same spot. Try the SNI one output of the ground. Yeah, so they make an SNI one that is aux jack. So you might want to try that. So head over to pack.jar.com and then look for the aux noise filter. Understandable.
I feel the same way.
Hold on. Speaker out of OEM amp into DSP. It's only about 18 inches long, but I'll try to shield it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give it a go. SNI one. Roger that. I'll look into the pack and see if they have a product that might help. Yeah, they also have a power line noise filter too. That's pretty nice. Okay, Yoda, do it or not, there is no try. Right, hang on here. I gotta do something really fast. Before the show, we got 10 minutes left here. So
all right,
let me turn this on. Hey guys, have you heard of this brand called Audio Control? This is important for those of you guys that are going to be here Saturday when we do the Saturday show. Let me go here real quick. Audio Control just announced their new software. It's in beta right now. Let me go over here to this page here. It's the new Smart DSP version 1.4.001. It's this stuff right here. This Saturday, we are going to do DSP Saturday. So we're going to take you through some of the new features that the software has. So if anyone wants to check that out, or if they have the old software and they're thinking about upgrading, it's beta, so it's not finalized yet, but it's pretty damn close. Plus, hey, why not save the other one and do a backup, and you can always revert back to the old one because the 1.3 is still available. So you can always, if you got a copy, you can always go back.
I'm gonna come back to that one. Hang on.
Okay.
Did the Bluetooth on the DMRTA is useful or not? Mine stopped working.
So the current version of it sucks, to be honest with you. However, in this new software that they're coming out with, like if you have one and you're not using it, that's fine. Don't, because they're gonna have them too. I don't use them, but they are coming out, and there is going to be an update for it. So that supposedly works much better. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know when it'll be available, but probably within the next 3 to 4 months, knowing them. But Saturday, stay tuned. We're going to talk about the new software and show you what's new and exciting.
All right.
Okay. I'm installing a Kenwood XR radio. I still use my DSR1. I have 4 Neo 6.5s and 2 Neo tweeters and 15s and Nissan Altima. Yes. Yes, you can. You can still use your DSR1. So obviously you'll need to retune it unless it was put in as iData. So when it comes to the DSR1, it can be hooked up one of 3 ways. I don't know how you've hooked it up. So it can be hooked up high level, which has 4 channels of high level input. It can be hooked up low level, which has 4 channels of low level input. That is how you'll be hooking it up to your Kenwood. And it can be hooked up iData through the AR software. AR software, in which case you flashed it and you told it what you wanted it to do, interfacing with the factory radio. Either way, you will need to go back in, and if you have it hooked up, let's say 4-channel high level, you'll need to go back into the software and flick the switch that says the high level, low level switch on it, and go into the software and tell it you're using it now low level. If you hooked it up iData, then you'll have to go back and reflash it to standalone. That's it. That's all you have to do. I keep thinking of trying a
LAR.
Yeah.
DSP.
Why not? I mean, hey, listen, man, you only live once. If you got the money, give it a go. Yeah. Why not?
Give it a taste.
I mean, I got a shelf full of DSPs here.
Do you try all of them?
Pretty much, yeah. The ones that'll work. You know, the ones that I didn't want to slap with a hammer. But, yeah. Have you guys been having any issues with the Audio Control LC2i Pros? Not that we haven't had any, but we honestly don't sell a lot of those for installation.
Right.
I prefer to
go to the amplifier.
You know, get a sell an LC amplifier that has the high level built into it.
Yeah. And
there again, it depends what the installation is. If it's going to be something we will sell up I sell more Epicenter micros now than LC2i Pros because they're funner.
Yeah.
But what? And then we also sell a lot of key locks. So. Because, if we want de-equalization, I like a key lock.
A key lock?
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's just how it is. I mean, there's,
What is this?
Can you guys take a look at the Sky High car audio 3-way set and recommend? Honestly, I have no idea, man.
No. I reached out to them one day and they just like,
yeah, they're not interested.
They kicked me out.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Yeah. All right, let me go back.
Oh, hold on, let me get to Chris Rivers part 2. I had a system that would only play audio with the center pin of the RCA. The moment the shield touched, the RCA would lose sound. Was it a line? Was it a high level signal? That would be my question, because it sounds like it wasn't high level. You might have needed an LC1I. You know, that would have, because you can go line level or high level into the LC1I. Then you also have the ground switch on there for the signal ground. But that sounds like that was a line level system that you were interfacing in, and not a high level.
Yeah, that's high level.
Yeah, it sounds line level. That's very weird.
Factory sub.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was high level off a factory sub. What car? Out of phase. Yeah, but that would just diminish the sound. That wouldn't short the sound out. Like you'd just get, you know, because we've all done that at least once. Hook the signal out of going into it. Yeah, that's always fun.
But it's not gonna.
Yeah. What kind of car, man? Is there any chance the IRTA is going to become compatible with Android? Also, any chance you can ship them to Ontario, Canada? So the IRTA 2 is compatible with anything. The problem is finding software that is compatible with it. So the IRTA is just an input device and an output device. It puts out sound. So you have to have an Android RTA app that can accept said sound to translate it out. So that's why it's been so difficult with Android, is because Android really doesn't have any, like we have Christian, and Christian has an Android device, so and he has an IRTA. So if someone has a good RTA app, we can have him test it for us. But so far, nothing has worked. It does work with a Lightning N as well as USB-C. We just haven't been able to get a good RTA app. So if you know of any Android RTA apps that are good, or actually are whatever, then we can have them test it out and we can find out. So, and as far as getting it to Canada, yeah, we can ship anywhere.
I mean,
if you're willing to pay the shipping, we'll send it anywhere. And there again, Dave, you're right. Yeah, but there's no good RTA apps. So it's not a matter of.
It's not me.
It's not me.
It's them.
It's that open platform. There's Android.
Oh, slow down.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You're gonna start something.
I'm joking. Asked the other day, but had to log off. What is a great entry level series of the exotic brands like Hertz, Morel, etc., to go with to replace all the speakers in an old SUV? Use amps, aftermarket radio, and amplifiers. All right, so all of the brands you mentioned have a good, affordable entry level.
Speaker, yeah.
Yeah, so in the Morel line, you have the
Maximo. Yeah, Maximo.
They have the Maximo HE components. They have the Maximo coaxials components too.
Yep.
The HEs are high efficiencies. They don't need a ton of power. Those are really nice. Yeah. In Hertz, you have
DG,
Unos, and DG, which there again, both of those are rocking speakers. Keep in mind, most of these you don't need a lot of power for. So like that 50 watts, plenty of power.
Good. Yeah.
In the Focal line, you have auditor, and then you have integration. Both of those are really nice.
Yep.
And that was the Hertz. So yeah, there's three right there.
Yeah, that's it.
And the other thing too is, the exotics are great, and I would recommend any one of those. But if you're looking for something non-exotic like American, the KS series kickers are also very nice. 2016 Dodge Challenger with Alpine system. Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, that. Amp Pro next time. Sub Pro?
Oh,
Sub
look
Pro?
at that.
Sub Pro would have been good.
Look who it is.
From the UK.
From the UK?
Yeah, he's across the pond.
Man.
Oh, thank you, Elias. You were both doing a great job today. That's his shirt, by the way.
Well, hang on. I am doing it.
Yes, you are definitely doing a good job. I, on the other hand, I'm just here.
Yeah,
I'm just here.
Like always.
Yes. 25% sound under coverage in the trough.
All right, hang on.
Hold on. Let me just get this one here real quick. If it stops the rattles, yes. If it doesn't stop the rattles, no. Remember, concentrate on rattles. You know.
Ready?
Oh, so you go. It's like he's good. He's good. That's
no problem.
No big deal. Welcome to my world.
Because you wake up every 30 minutes, I believe.
Well, and it's only 7:30 here, so he's like, he's gonna be shit tomorrow. Can you help me figure out why my aftermarket radio and my 98 GT is only playing out of the left speaker? I bought a dual 7-inch
Apple CarPlay stereo and the Metra wiring kit for it.
What's in it?
I mean, test the speakers. Maybe you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bunch of things you can do here that are not outside of the like.
First thing.
First thing is, if the factory radio is doing the same thing and the aftermarket radio is doing the same thing, then we can assume it's not the radio. It's got to be something after the radio. So at that point, we want to test the speakers, see if we can get tone. Take a 9-volt battery and tap the speaker positive and negative with it. See if you hear tick, 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 tick sound. If you don't, then we know the speaker is blown. If it has a factory amplifier, you may have a bad factory amplifier. It is a 98. There's a good chance the factory amplifier is dead. Bypass the amplifier and go directly to the speaker. See if you get sound that way.
All right, so it worked with the stock radio.
Okay, so it worked with the stock radio, but it's not working with the interface. All right, so now we got to go back. Now we have to test the output of the new radio that you bought. So at this point, we want to take a test speaker and go to the whites, the grays, the greens, and purples and see if they're putting out sound. If they're putting out sound and the factory radio is putting out sound, and the only thing you changed was if there's a Metra interface, an actual interface, then the interface could be the issue. At that point, what we want to do is go back and read the instructions to make sure that we hooked up the wires that needed to be hooked up. Because in some cases, with interfaces specifically, doesn't matter whether it's PAC or Metra or iData, there's specific things you have to do in order for it to function properly. And it might have just got overlooked. Hold on. You're only as strong as the weakest coworker link.
I see. Stop watching shows, man. Yeah.
Where's the Warhorse? It only changed. It's out of
the
frame.
Other side.
We moved it over here.
Yeah.
We wanted something to change.
All right, that's it.
That's it. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, that's the show. So the week's gonna go like this. Friday at 9 o'clock is news. So make sure you tune in for that. What are you doing?
You That's it.
What did you hit? Did you hit the record off button?
No.
Okay. I feel like you're lying. Friday at 9 o'clock, every Friday at 9 o'clock, you can head over to our channels and we talk about the news. That's on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips as well as Facebook. Saturday, we're going to have the Saturday show. And like I said, at the beginning, we're going to do DSP talk. We're going to talk about the new features in the audio control software. So make sure to tune into that. And of course, it's only going to be part of the show. So we'll still answer your questions. So make sure you guys get in those. Yeah, that's the thing we're going to talk about. So make sure you tune in, and if you have questions, you can still ask them towards the back end of the show, or if you see the software and any questions about that, it's a good time to ask. So Saturday is going to be DSP software, and of course, every day during the week, if you'd like to find us, make sure you follow us on Instagram.
That's right,
because we go live there a lot, and we answer your questions if we have time.
Christian, go Hawks, man! Come on.
There you go.
No, Christians say go Bucks. It's go Hawks.
Hey guys, you have a wonderful week. We'll see you back here soon. Enjoy. Peace out.
Let's go.
Fade to black.
Bye.